Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by. My name's Mike McNamara. This is Screen Magazine. Outstanding, compelling short film making its world premiere out here at Sundance 2016. And I happened to bump into the director and the producer and said, hey, let's do a quick interview and give you a quick preview of this amazing short. So we have Asantewaa Prempeh, the director and writer, and Jackie Christy, producer of the short film Jungle. Welcome to Screen.
Thank you. Hi.
Hello, hello. How are you doing, Jackie?
Great. I also want to acknowledge Joyce Sherry, who's the main producer, and she's going to be here in a few days.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Very good.
Okay.
All right. So the star of the show, one who's brought us all together here, is Asantewaa. Asantewaa, tell us, so you just flew in today to Park City. Where are you coming from? And tell me a little bit about the film.
Actually, we drove in from LA, so it was an interesting 12-hour ride. I'm originally from Ghana, and the film is actually a story on the Senegalese men in New York City who sell fake purses. It originally started as a documentary to, document what they're doing and what they are going through and why they're going through it. But then, they're so tricky with coming on camera because of immigration and getting kicked out of the U.S. And so I decided to turn it into a short film fiction. And
so it started off, you're hoping to do a documentary about these guys, and then you find, oh wait, they won't let me put anything on tape, so you had to completely change course. Yeah,
completely. And even that was tricky because while we were shooting, we shot at the location, and so the actual guys would constantly pass by and tell us to move from Chinatown, and they wanted to.
You're pushing in on my turf. I got sales to make here.
Yeah,
absolutely. Because they thought we were capturing them on camera, and we were keeping their faces, out of the camera. And our DP was getting a little bit intimidated. We were all getting a little intimidated, and they were like, "You have to get out. This is the way we make our living." It's pretty intense stuff.
Yeah, and another big thing was that it was during Christmas, and so we would have brought more attention to them. And then the police would come and kick them out. And then the other thing, too, was that this was how they made their living, and they thought we were making money off of them.
I see. Yeah. Guys, we're talking with Asantewaa Prempeh. She's the writer-director of Jungle, short film at Sundance, making its world premiere out here in Park City, as well as one of the producers on the film, Jackie Christy. So, Asantewaa, what drew you to this story? So, you're from Ghana. These are Senegalese men. What drew you to this story in New York?
Well, one major thing is being away from home. That's the initial thing that drew me to the documentary. It's how people migrate all the way to seek greener pastures, in quote. And then they have their family back at home waiting for them, constantly withdrawing money from them, but they're not doing something that's bringing them a lot of money. And so they're constantly fending for their families and sending it back home and trying to build houses back at home. And I was really interested in that. So that's what drew me. And then as I kept writing, I was interested in friendship and trust, because that's another thing I was developing in a feature. And I was like, oh, I could explore it in the short film. And so I decided to put them together. And it was great. I learned so much from it myself. So it explores the friendship between these two guys and how they want to start making a living the right way, and how each other, this guy tries to get a better spot, and then the other guy goes and betrays him, and it's how do you forgive this person when I would have done the same thing if I was in his shoes, because I'm doing it for my family.
We're talking about the short film Jungle here on Screen Magazine. So we talk about trust, friendship, partnership. So I think of a producer like Jackie Christy right here. Asantewaa put her trust in you. How did you meet Asantewaa, and what drew you to this project?
Well, actually, we went to NYU together for graduate school. Santi's a dear friend and someone I believe in very much, and she's also developing a feature. One really cool thing is that Santi regularly works with non-actors and sometimes mixes it up and works with real actors and a combination of actors and non-actors. But she's also developing her feature. So she's got her feature script ready to go, and she's planning to shoot it in Ghana within the next year or so.
Do you feel like this will be a good, I've only got another minute left with you, do you feel like this will, Jungle premiering here at Sundance could be a good launching point for the feature?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm looking forward to it. And you know, just to have people know like what the potential would be like in the feature film, and like how I could explore it. Because with Jungle, I leave the audience I leave the audience to personalize it, and with the feature I want to like expound it and like have them thinking about more things. You know, with Jungle it's just like a little narrow, but with the feature I want them thinking about.
And I'll close with this. Each of you tell me why people should be excited to see Jungle this week at Sundance.
Well, number one, it's about friendship, you know, so I want people to see how they could relate to it, you know, like personally and with their friendship. And two, it's about a part of New York that people don't really get to see. And so I want them to see, like, you know, the Senegalese men all huddled together and like selling bags and everything. So yeah.
Anything to add to that, Jackie?
Yeah, I would say, you know, I actually live in that area, and so we kept the equipment in my apartment, actually, of course. But even though I see those folks all day long, like, you know, every day, I don't know anything about them. So it's kind of a rare glimpse into the actual, you know, lives at home, with wives, with friendships, and all these kinds of things that the immigrants have to face that we, you know, I really wouldn't know anything else about them.
Yeah, people usually, and myself included, before I was interested in this documentary, I would just like walk by and go into Canal Street, you know, and like completely ignore these guys. Like everybody does in New York, you know, you're just like marching to work and marching back home and marching.
I'm not, you know, I'm not in the market for a fake Chanel bag. Thank you very much.
Well, we're excited to see this. Guys, thanks so much for joining us on screen today.
Thank you so much.
Sure thing. Guys, that was Jungle, short film making its world premiere at the Sundance Film Festival here this week. That was director-writer Asantewaa Prempeh and producer Jackie Christy. My name's Mike McNamara. Thanks for stopping by. I'll talk with you again soon.